Alrighty, welcome into another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green. Wyatt, we're back with more conference tournament breakdowns here. Today we're going to be breaking down the SEC and the Big East. Yesterday we broke down the Big 12, which is starting here within the hour. So if you're interested in that video, that is up on our page right now. Also broke down the Big 10 and the ACC as well. So really the Power 4 conferences plus the Big East, kind of a semi Power 5 conference in college basketball, if you will. But getting into the SEC today, and then, like I said, the Big East as well in a different video. A lot of teams here in the SEC, similar to the Big 10 tournament bracket. Really, good competition throughout. Some of the early games have some teams that are decent who have struggled, but have potential. And then obviously the top of the SEC, very good as well. But I'm going to send it to you here. How are you breaking down the SEC tournament bracket?
Yeah, as always, I'll start with the bubble watch here and the teams that are potentially not making March Madness or potentially making March Madness with a couple wins here in the SEC tournament. We have Texas A&M and Mizzou, which should be in according to a couple sites I looked at, and then we have Texas, Auburn, and Oklahoma who are on the bubble. So just keep those teams in mind. I'd also like to start here by saying I've really kind of only been betting ranked games this year. I usually try to get into like these mid majors a little bit more, some of the I guess Big Ten a little bit, but so I just don't know some of these SEC teams. So I apologize. I'm just not, super knowledgeable on some of these teams. I wish I was, but like I said, I've been betting on ranked games most of the time. With that being said, I'll start off with LSU, Kentucky. I think Kentucky wins that one pretty easily. Mississippi State and Auburn. Mississippi State's on a downward spiral, but they do have that Hubbard. I love him. I think Mississippi State's lost like 8 games in a row, though. So unfortunately, I am going to take Auburn. They are in the bubble watch, but I'm not sold on Auburn at all. I will take Auburn to advance, though. I'll take Texas over Ole Miss here, and then I'll take Oklahoma over South Carolina. On to round 2 between Kentucky and Mizzou. I mean, Kentucky should be way better than they are. I'm not super bought in on Missouri. So I'll take Kentucky to advance, but don't love that game at all. Auburn and Tennessee. I will take Tennessee. I think Auburn is pretty fraudulent. I don't think they make it into March Madness. I don't think they deserve to make it into March Madness. I think they're like 17 and 13 or something. Not great. So I'll take Tennessee to advance. Texas and Georgia, 2 teams I really have not been paying attention at all to. I will give the slightest of leans to Georgia in this game. And then Oklahoma, Texas A&M. I'm going to have Oklahoma here pulling off the upset. They're kind of hot ending the season on a good note. Also, like I said, they're on a bubble here, and I think this game means more to them, and I'm just not sold on Texas A&M. That brings us to Kentucky and Florida here. I think it's going to be a good battle. Kentucky definitely has the athletes to compete with Florida, but I think Florida is going to be too much. So give me the Gators to advance. Tennessee and Vandy, an in-state rival in the state of Tennessee. The 2 teams have split. Vandy just won the regular season finale at Tennessee. Tennessee won the first matchup at Vandy. So pretty even matchup, but I'm going to take the Volunteers to win this game. And then Georgia, Alabama. Like I said, I haven't watched Georgia much. I've watched a lot of Alabama, and they're very beatable. But also they can score, 120 points a game. So if they're shooting well, good luck. But I think Georgia possibly could pull off the upset, but I will stay with the Crimson Tide here, Alabama to advance. Then Arkansas, Oklahoma. Once again, Oklahoma, kind of a hotter team right now. Arkansas is hit and miss. They're actually much better than I thought they were. They have a couple losses in the season that are all to really quality opponents. So I will take Arkansas to advance to the semis here. That brings us to Florida and Tennessee. I'm going to take Florida here. Florida, I think, has won like 15 games in a row. This team is nuts. I think the scariest team in the tournament, to be honest. Would not want to get ahead of Florida. So I'll take Florida to win that game. Then Alabama, Arkansas. This game went to double overtime. I think it was like 117, 110 or something, where Alabama won that game. I'm going to have Arkansas on revenge to make it to the SEC championship game. And that brings us to, like I said, the championship game between Florida and Arkansas, and I will take Florida to win the SEC here. I have a hard time seeing the Gators not doing it. I think they're the hottest team in basketball, maybe even the best team in basketball right now. So give me Florida.
Yeah, we're going to be fairly similar here in the SEC, but guys, before I get into my breakdown here, if you have not already liked this video, please do so. It really helps us out. Also, drop us a comment down below. Let us know your pick to win this SEC tournament. And also consider subscribing to our channel. We cover all sports here at Better and Green, very college basketball heavy right now. But we're doing PGA as well. We'll get into MLB in the summer, and we'll keep it going all year long up until NFL season and roll right back into football. So consider subscribing. We really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm pretty much in lockstep with you in the early rounds here. Kentucky over LSU. I actually gave out Kentucky over LSU the first time they played on our site, bettergreen.com, as a free play. Thought Kentucky would roll them. They didn't, but they got the win. I think Kentucky rolls this game. And I think it's only like a 7-point spread. So I'd actually bet Kentucky in that one. I think they absolutely demolish LSU. I'll take Auburn as well. I'm actually very high on this Auburn team. I think they're only 15-14 is their record. And my one concern is I just don't know if they bought in at first to Pearl. I know Bruce is the old coach. I can't remember the son's first name, but I don't know if maybe they're, not bought in anymore, and that's why they're struggling. But God, they have so much talent on that team. They should be really good. They should make the tournament. But yeah, I'm still not off the Auburn train. So I'll take Auburn against Mississippi State. Texas over Ole Miss. Yeah, Ole Miss is just kind of a dumpster fire. And then Oklahoma over South Carolina. Not bought in on either team, but we'll take Oklahoma to advance. Kentucky, Missouri. I too have Kentucky getting past Missouri here. I just think Kentucky, they have the team that could really turn it on and make some noise in March. And I think they do well in this tournament. I think they could do well in the big tournament as well. I'll have them advancing over Missouri. Tennessee, Auburn. I so bad want to take Auburn here, and it wouldn't shock me at all. This is probably going to be a really good basketball game. But I will take Tennessee. I'm pretty high on this Tennessee team. I think they could also make some noise here in March. Georgia, Texas. I'm with you. I'll take Georgia. I'm not sold on Texas. I've watched Georgia a few times this year, and they're kind of spotty as well. But just not too sold on Texas. So I'll take Georgia to advance, but not too confident in that one. And then I'll take A&M over Oklahoma. Again, not sold on Oklahoma. Kentucky and Florida. I too will take Florida in that one to end Kentucky's tournament there, but wouldn't be shocked if Kentucky does pull the upset. Tennessee, Vandy. I was just on the right side of Vandy and Tennessee on Saturday. Had Vandy plus the points. They win that game outright. I too will take Tennessee in the revenge game there, the quick revenge against Vanderbilt. And like you said, they split on the season, so it's not like full revenge, but pretty quick turnaround there. Yeah, Georgia, Alabama, this one really gives me trouble. I'm also going to take Alabama, but like you mentioned, a team that can really easily get upset. They're the definition of, a March team that if they're hot, you're not stopping them. They're going to go all the way. If they have a poor shooting night, they're done. So I'll take Alabama just based on talent, but we'll see how that one goes. And then I really like this Arkansas team. Darius Acuff Jr., potentially the best player in the country, maybe. I think some would argue that, but just doing really well, especially down the stretch. I think they get past Texas A&M. And that brings us to Florida and Tennessee. I'm going to have Tennessee upsetting Florida here. I think Tennessee wants it more. Florida, defending national champion. They're pretty much going to be set and locked into their seeding at that point, I believe. And I don't know. I just think Tennessee could want it more. I think they match up well with Florida. So we'll take a stab with the Volunteers to get to the championship game. I think Arkansas gets past Alabama. Again, really high on this Arkansas team here. And then Arkansas, Tennessee, I'm going to take Arkansas to win on Darius Acuff's back. Again, think he's probably right now the best player in the country.
Yeah, he is nuts. And I saw something out there that Calipari might be the best guard NBA guy out there with, how many NBA talent guards he's produced. And he could be a very safe, he's going to be a top 3 pick, but very easily could be that number 1 pick or, the 3rd pick. But I think he's going to be a steal in the draft. Not saying you can say you guys a steal that high of the draft, but I think he's going to be an absolute stud. So he's very fun to watch. Hopefully we have a great SEC tournament out of him and March. I'll be, really good for the sport.
Cass Tech boy.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Well, he was. I think he transferred down to Florida and, played for some academy. But guys, that will wrap it for another episode of Getting Technical for the SEC tournament breakdown. Again, we're also going to have the Big East coming out today as well. So stay tuned for that. We thank you for watching. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments who your pick is to win this SEC tournament. And until next time, we'll see you for another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green.
it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spots from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better in green.